In the next section, I would like to talk about effect size. An effect size is a standardized measure of the size of an effect. And the fact that it is standardized, it enables us to compare the effect size across studies and to see if the effect size in our study is similar to those found in other studies. An effect size encourages interpreting effects on a continuum and not applying categorical decision rules such as significant or not significant. And the effect size is not as reliant on the sample size as the p-value. An effect size is affected by the sample size because larger samples will yield better estimates of the population effect size. However, unlike p-values, there is no fixed rule attached to effect size, so the interpretation of an effect size is not affected by the sample size. An effect size will allow people to objectively evaluate the size of the observed effect. There are many different effect sizes, and the most common measures are the Cohen's d, the Pearson correlation coefficient R, and the odds ratio. The Cohen's d is a measure of the size of the difference between two groups, and it is calculated based on the mean in the two groups and the standard deviation, either the standard deviation of the control group or the pooled standard deviation of the two groups. Let's have a look at how to calculate a Cohen's d. The Cohen's d is the difference between the mean of group 1 and the mean of group 2 divided by the standard deviation, either of the control group, group 1, or divided by the standard deviation of the pooled standard deviation of the two groups. You can use either formula. Either you will prefer to use the standard deviation of the control group, or you will prefer to use the pooled standard deviation of the two groups if you don't have a control condition. And in order to calculate the pooled standard deviation of the two groups, you will need to use the variance of the two groups and the sample size of the two groups and follow the formula which is on the slide. The Pearson correlation coefficient R is a measure of the strength of the relationship between two variables. This coefficient varies between -1 and +1. -1, a correlation of -1 indicates that the two variables are perfectly negatively correlated. As one variable increases, the other variable decreases by a proportionate amount, as we can see here on the graph. A correlation of +1 indicates that the two variables are perfectly positively correlated. As one variable increases, the other variable increases by a proportionate amount, as we can see on the graph here. And finally, a correlation of 0 indicates that there is no linear relationship at all between the two variables. As one variable changes, the other stays the same. There are some guidelines in order to interpret Cohen's d and Pearson correlation coefficients. A correlation of plus or minus 0.1 or a Cohen's d of plus or minus 0.2 indicate there is a small effect. These effects explain 1% of the total variance. A correlation of plus or minus 0.3 or a Cohen's d of plus or minus 0.5 indicate that there is a medium effect, and these effects explain 9% of the total variance. And finally, a correlation of plus or minus 0.5 or a Cohen's d of plus or minus 0.8 indicate that there is a large effect, and these effects explain 25% of the total variance. When interpreting the effect size, it's important to consider the effect size of previous research done in the field on the same context. It's important to consider the research context when you are interpreting the effect size. The next effect size I will discuss today is the odds ratio, which is a measure of the relationship between two categorical variables using count. So let's say that you are conducting an experiment and you ask your confederate to interact with, you ask your confederate, a man, to interact with a woman for a few minutes. And then you ask your confederate to ask this woman out. And you collect the outcome. You collect the response of this question. So whether the woman accepted to go on a date or not. And your confederate can act in two different ways. Either it can interact by talking with the woman, or in the second condition, it can interact by singing to the woman. And you will count how many times for each of the conditions the woman answers yes to going on a date with your confederate. So here are the data. You can see that in total you had 200 participants, 100 participants in each condition. And you will use the odd ratio to calculate the effect size. And the effect size can help you to answer how much more likely a woman was to say yes to going on a date to a singer than to a man who started a conversation. In order to do that, you need to calculate the odds ratio. So you will need to calculate the odds of an event, which is the probability of an event divided by the probability of no event. So let's calculate the odds for a woman answering yes to a singer, which is the probability that the woman will answer yes to a singer divided by the probability that the woman will answer no to a singer. And this is the number of yes to a singer divided by the number of no to a singer. This is equal to 12 divided by 88, and it's equal to 0.14. Then you need to calculate the odd ratio of yes to a talker. The number of times a woman answers yes to someone who started a conversation divided by the number of times that a woman answers yes to someone who started. So the number of times that a woman answers yes to someone who started a conversation divided by the number of times that the woman answers no to someone who started with a conversation. So this is equal to 26 divided by 74 equal 0.35. Then you need to calculate the odd ratio. So which can be the odds of someone answering yes to a singer divided by someone answering yes to a talker. So 0.14 divided by 0.35, this equals 0.4. This means that it is 0.4 times more likely that someone answers yes to a singer than a woman answers yes to someone who started a conversation. You can also calculate the opposite odd ratio, which is the likelihood that someone answers yes to someone who started a conversation compared to someone who answers yes to someone who started singing. And this will be the opposite. So 1 divided by 0.4, and this equals 2.5. This means that a woman will be 2.5 times more likely to answer yes to someone who started a conversation than to someone who started singing. We saw that as the sample size greatly affects the significance of the text, you need to interpret the p-value very carefully. We also saw that effect size are important, and it's good practice to always report them in your analysis. The three most common measures of effect size are the Cohen's d, the Pearson correlation coefficient R, and the odds ratio.